final track, Epilogue, and we kept a good portion of the scene leading into this. Andrea Dotto, who plays the character of Betsy, the Bob Saxer, is just delightful and made her Broadway debut in this role. And you realize this is taking place a year after the competition, and that the Donny Nova Band has now become recognized nationally as a band that was brave enough to sing their own truth and sing truth to power and give voice to the voiceless. And it's...
There's a moment that you hear on the recording. You hear two little fangirls squeal, "It's the Donny Nova Band, it is them!" And then there's a pause and you hear Jeff Packard's character, Wayne Wright, go, "Oh no." And if you haven't seen the show, it's a little confusing. The girls jump on top of him and hug him, and the character is terribly OCD and germophobic. And that moment actually was totally improv by Jeff Packard one day in rehearsal. He's so deeply into his character that he just had that physical response, this "oh no," and Andy said, "Can we keep that, dude?" So that's what that means on that CD before it slams into that great dance break, and we have retained.
Yeah, the entire
dance break is retained on this album, the whole arrangement.
And it's absolutely joyous. It is a joyous ending, but that is actually, I think, one of the most powerful things we learned working with Got Your Six and the vets that we worked with was that these guys, in spite of all of the darkness in their life, they're constantly reaching for the light, and that the joy is so important for them.
Yeah.
That kind of energy is so important for them to have in their daily lives.
And when you hang out with them, they are really jocular. They are as joyful as the finale to the show. And one of the things, and we'll sort of leave you with this, one of the things that Rob and I learned going through the process of writing the show, once we hooked up with Got Your Six, they went over every word and every lyric of this show. And there were meetings and phone calls and emails about change this, please adjust this, please adjust that. It's what they do, or they would not have given their blessing to it. And surprise of surprises, the thing that they did the most was pull the darkness out. That there were things that we were doing that we thought vets would be experiencing. And these guys came back and they said, "Look, we don't go that dark, and if we do, it's for a split second, and then we get back to joking with each other, because that's how we get through it." And one of the things about the show is it really swings from the low to the high, to the low to the high. And some people might feel like, and even as you listen to the album, there might feel like these moments where you're being yanked from one extreme to the other. But the truth of the matter is that's what it's like to be with these guys and hang with them. They will crack a room up, and then in a minute later they'll have a flash of a memory, and in telling you that memory, the tears will come, and then they'll laugh it off and be joking again. And I think the ending of the show, in a lot of ways, is a testament to that, constantly reaching for the light. And the other detail, and again, you can't experience this in an album, but to see it in the theater, Andy Blankenbuehler worked with these dancers so specifically in how they dance this stuff. It's not just a showy mega mix at the end. He directed them very carefully to be dancing with a lot of determination, and you see that the reason that they need to dance is because they're working out this aggression. They're trying to get to a better place in life, and they're trying to be honest about their circumstances, and they're just doing it through swing dancing. And they found this band that actually speaks their language, and in a lot of ways it's that kind of depth that we're reaching for, instead of just sending you out on a happy ending. Yes, it's a happy ending, but it's Andy saying, "I want to be truthful."